It is a big day around these parts here because Cassie is back from maternity leave. Hello.
Hey.
What's
Hi,
up?
guys.
I
missed you.
I remember you. What was this, like 4-year maternity leave?
It does, it was shorter than the maternity leave with my first child by like a month, or a couple weeks, but I feel like I've been gone for years. I feel like everything I've learned about radio over the last 10 years has gone out of my head. Looking at you on this screen is so weird. I get up all through the night anyway, but when that alarm went off, I was like, oh my gosh, this used to be easier getting up.
Well, have you even gotten any sleep?
Yeah. He gave me a big gift. Max, my son, gave me a big gift last night and let me sleep for 5 hours straight, which is now Mama loaded him up on like 8 ounces of milk before we went to bed so he wouldn't be hungry. But I'm feeling good. But no, he wakes up all the time. He's really different from my first kid. She was super chill and laid back, and this little boy is high maintenance and wakes up every hour, super hungry, eats a ton, always barfs up, pees on the walls. Like, it's just night and day difference between the two kids. I thought I knew what I was getting into. No, it is way different. But I'm glad to be back and see you guys. I missed y'all, and I see all the snippets on like Twitter and Facebook when I'm scrolling at 3 a.m. and I'm watching these clips that Rebecca and is it Romeo or Romeo? I don't know.
I get confused. Yeah, it's just Romeo.
Just Romeo. Okay.
But not like in a sentence saying just Romeo. No, his actual name is just Romeo.
Yep.
Like his Twitter handle.
We gave him one shot, one opportunity, and messed it up.
So explain how, because the old cliche is 2 kids is completely different than 1. It's like 1 is none is the cliche I've heard. 1 is none and 2 is like 30.
Yeah, I was stupid. 1 is not none, first of all. Yeah. 1 is like, oh my God, what have I done to my life? I'm so happy, but nothing is the same. And I was like, oh yeah, 2, it's like adding another dog when you already have one. How hard can it be?
They keep each other company. They'll be fine.
Yes. Oh my God, no. If you're considering a second child, just think long and hard. It's amazing, but I expected him to be the same as my daughter Hazel. And like I said, he is completely different. Just everything from the spitting up with every single meal like Hazel never did. He takes a pacifier. He wakes up every single hour. It's just night and day different. And then with my daughter, when you have a first baby, like you don't really have a schedule on maternity leave. You can sleep as much whenever the baby sleeps, like throughout the whole day. When you have a 2-year-old toddler as well, that day starts at 6:30 a.m., whether you like it or not. And now you got to figure out how to juggle a baby who wants to be held all the time with a toddler screaming for oatmeal, and she wants peaches and not bananas in the oatmeal. And you got to find that balance. And then it's like as soon as you get one to stop crying and go to bed, like I'd get Max all settled and fed and put down to sleep in his crib for a couple hours. Hazel needs something and I get her all sorted. And by the time she's done and down for a nap, Max is up again and needs something else. And I'm like, I need to eat or shower or just breathe. Like, can I get a friggin' second here? But they are so cute together. Hazel, who's 2, she goes up to Max and says, I love you, Max. Or it's my little brother. Or he's a little baby. She says it just like that. And she puts her thumb in her mouth and like strokes his head and snuggles, or she helps burp him or puts his pacifier back in his mouth if he spit it out. So it's freaking adorable. It's totally worth it, but Mama did not know what to expect.
I bet you're exhausted, man.
Oh, you have to be. And I'm like, kudos to you for coming back as early as you did, because I feel like it flew by. I know it probably hasn't felt like that for you with 2 kids at home, and I know how heart-wrenching and difficult it is, but 2 emotions can exist at the same time. I also know there's a sense of, I'm back in the real world again.
Yeah, we were kind of starting to get a routine, but it's really hard. But being back at work is going to force us into a routine. And I'm really excited for that because we don't have... it's not like I needed an excuse, but there's some structure there. And finally on Friday, I got cleared to start lifting heavier objects again. So I can finally lift my toddler. For 8 weeks, I couldn't lift anything heavier than the baby. So I feel like I'm starting to go back to normal because I felt so helpless not being able to... you can't vacuum or bend over for the first couple of weeks, which I missed the memo on that. And I did it and I set myself back. But not being able to pick up your kid, like your older kid, or like do things for yourself to the degree that you used to because you had a baby, even though you feel fine, is really... it messes with your mental, like your psyche. And so I feel like we're getting back to normal now.
How's that C-section recovery? Because, you had a vaginal birth the first time. You get to experience C-section this time.
Girl, WTF did you go through? Did we go through? I hate this. My stomach is, I don't say this in a bad body way, it's jacked up. I think I have that diastasis recti where your ab muscles pull apart. Because there's some weird lumps and I'm like, yo, this does not belong here. Why do I still look like I'm pregnant? After my first kid, I looked fairly like myself fairly quickly. And this one, I'm like, Chad, I still look 5 months pregnant. I don't understand what is happening here. Did they leave one in there? So it was definitely different, and it still is different. A lot more painful for sure than the vaginal delivery. Really? But that recovery went okay. It's just weird. It's like numb around the scar and and then it itches, but it's numb. I don't get it. I don't understand how medicine works. Yes, and then sometimes you feel trapped inside your own body a little bit when you're trying to like scratch the itch and you can't feel anything. And I'm like, what have I done to myself?
Well, it's really good to have you back, man. Just hearing your voice is very comforting. Welcome back.
You'll get tired of that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, about an hour, I'm assuming. But no, it's really good having you back.
Already, you're like, wrap it up, shut up.
The Bert Show.